keep on running and you won't get far. Stay at home, sister, stay at home. Don't let your mama down. Don't be a runaround. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are again on the journey of a forgotten icon. We're talking about Ossie Roberts, a young man in the 70s who wrote a beautiful song that has been copied by at least 10 international artists. We're talking about the song that was made famous in 1975 by Dennis Emmanuel Brown, known as Ghetto Girl. Now, I was contacted by Rowan and Shelley. And when they contacted me, they have seen the work that I've done with Junior Biles, the work that I've done with Ernest Wilson, Peter Austin of the Clarendonians, the work that I've done with Yvonne Sterling, the work that I've done with Willie Francis. And they know that I can bring some awareness to the case of Mr. Ossie Roberts. Currently, Mr. Roberts is not doing so well, and Rowan and Shelley reached out to me, and when they reached out to me, they figure some justice can be done. So, ladies and gentlemen, here I am again on the journey to meet an icon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are again on the journey of recovering what is due to our icon. We're talking about Ossie Roberts, a man who wrote a song that has been covered by at least 9 to 10 international artists. The song we're talking about is Ghetto Girl. An article came out in the newspaper penned by my friend Balford Henry as to whose Ghetto Girl is this. And guess what? It belongs to Ossie Robertson. I'm here with Shelley and Wallace and Rowan Martin. Now, they know of my history with Junior Biles, my history with Ernest Wilson, my history with Peter Austin, my history with Yvonne Sterling, my history with Willie Francis. So they reached out to me. Whose idea was it? First of all, welcome to In the Streets,
Hello.
Big Stone. How you doing? Whose idea was it to reach out to Big Stone and why?
My idea for last about a year and a half, so I'm taking a most of your program we put out and thing. So I just come to, like before, probably I just make a video, but as I say, you want to do it. Yeah, so much last interview where you do with the man where he said must bust cocoa tea.
Yes, Willie Francis.
Yeah. So just them time I just send you a message on YouTube and thing. And we come make the video and then we just go on Instagram the day we make the video and see that you send me a message. So I saw we get the link up and thing and tell about Ozzy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I looked at the video that Rowan and Shelley sent me and I was appalled to find out that a song of the magnitude of Ghetto Girl being covered by international artists like Simply Red, on the Grammy album of Sly and Robbie, also Dwayne Stevenson, John Olds, the legendary Dennis Brown, Gregory Isaac, Jack Shore, just to name a few of the people who covered this now famous dancehall anthem. I looked at the video with Shelley and Rowan. I was impressed. And I said, when they reached out to me, I have to see what I can do in order to further highlight the plight of Mr. Ossie Robertson. How close you are to Ossie? Tell me, Shelley.
Well, from I was a child, from my mother and my father was around, from I was a little baby, smaller than my daughter. From from I think it was 5 years, from I was 5 years old I know Robbie. And now I'm almost 32.
Wow, so it's a long time.
Almost all my life.
Wow.
He's a good man, very good man. He is very helpful in many ways. He is very knowledgeable about a lot of things. So sometimes even my daughter come around here, he would give my daughter books and so forth to read and so on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your involvement, Rowan, with the legend?
I know Master Robbie from about 2011. Yeah, and from them time there, me and him just get close to, now we kind of have certain things in common. So from them time they just build a band. And right now I'm like a father too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really.
Yeah.
I'm so happy, ladies and gentlemen, that we still have caring Jamaicans. Jamaicans who can reach out, and the fact that they had not much money to reach out to a lot of great people like a copyright attorney, but they used their own little platform of YouTube and they did a remarkable job with the first video. You can go to Rowan and Shelley and you can see the complete video of their first interview with Ossie Robertson. Thank you very much. I'm going to be talking with the icon.
Thank
A
you
pleasure.
so much for
Pleasure.
having us.
And I know that this platform, with the help of the Almighty, we're going to get some justice for Mr.
I
Robertson.
hope so.
So your work is not going to be in vain. People from all over the world will want to get in touch with you and to find out that, hey, you did a remarkable job with the little that you have in making the world be aware of the plight of Mr. Ossie Robertson. So thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Rowan and Shelley, like I say, check out the video on YouTube under Rowan and Shelley. Now the man of the moment is here. Let's talk to Mr. Ossie Roberts. A very pleasant good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are in Greater Portmore. We're at the home of the icon, a legend, Mr. Ossie Roberts. I was talking to Ossie and I asked him about his artist moniker, and he had this to say. Welcome, Mr. Roberts.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the original name of Ossie Roberts.
The original name of Ossie Roberts, where it's coming from?
Where it's coming from, yes.
Well, I grew up in the city. I'm a Boys Town old boy.
Okay.
Went to school with Delroy Wilson. And you know, Delroy Wilson made it early. And that was an influence to a lot of us.
Wow.
Yeah, so at about the age of 15, because I was a very shy person, you know, and well, at the age of 15, I met somebody who played the guitar, a brother named Newton, from West Road, Trenchtown, you know, and he was planning to do some recording, so I started to rehearse with him, and we went to the studio and did a song. This song now slipping me, but I remember. Yeah, we did a song and it's like the bug caught me. And
The music bug.
yeah, and I didn't stop, you know.
Yes.
I was around when Heptones was being formed, and I used to go amongst them. But I didn't have the talent like them, man, you know. I just hang around. But at the age of 19, you know, I was living in the Bahamas and I got a old guitar from a man who I used to work with. And while fixing it, a kind of intuition caught me.
Yes.
Yeah, and I said to myself, but you don't have no trade and you don't have no education. So you better learn the music because one day it might come help you. That's what I said to myself.
Yes.
Well, to come back home, and when I got home, my father was about to go to America. But he told me that he wasn't going to leave me in Kingston.
Yes.
I must come country. So I said, alright, buy me a guitar. And I go ahead and practice my music till they're ready to get me up to America. So that is where it began. You know, I began to practice and, you know, bum ride, come town, check the studio them.
Yes.
Catch back a ride, go country, mostly on a Thursday, you know, when business people are come get supply.
Yes.
So, you know, you can get a ride. That are things, but it happened that's, you know, we had a village band and we played around St. Mary. And after that I was a member of a band from UN, the Tony Goldsnake Expression.
Okay.
And did a couple records in a Studio One too, you know.
Wow.
Epstone's carried me to Studio One, but we never ready. Yeah. And
You wasn't feeling.
I wasn't ready. I
Ready,
wasn't ready at
Yes.
that, you know. I wasn't ready yet as a musician and
Yes.
sing. Well, yeah, joined up with Tony Goldston and we played around town, Reddy's Road, in them days, the Constant Spring Road. And, you know? And,
Yes.
well, it so happened that 1975, you know, the idea of Ghetto Girl came up. And, well, it was one day, you know, where I live was Hills Country, and I was on my way out on the main road when I met this lady asking for her niece named Marva. But she came to the wrong place and but when we listen to the argument now between she and some girls, you know, when I walked away from there, I had a melody. Long time I carried the melody. But when I walk away from there, it struck me that your mama is wondering where you are.
Yes.
You understand? And yeah, and developed the song from there, so.
Yes.
And took it to Joe Gibbs' place. They had an audition on a Sunday morning, April 1976. And Light Parks heard the song and was so impressed that he went to call Errol Thompson, said Errol is the engineer.
Yes.
And went to call Errol Thompson and said, come listen to this. And Errol said, we'll come back Tuesday, man.
Anyway, before you get further into Ghetto Girl, give me a little piece of how you rendered the song to Joe Gibbs to cause him to want you to come back sometime to do the recording.
Well, it wasn't so much the presentation of the song, you know.
Yes.
But it was just a good song according to what the song
Was saying.
Yes.
You
understand?
Well, let me hear your voice because, you know.
I want a little piece of
just a little piece, man.
I'm going to sing this long time, you know.
Just do what you can.
It goes something like, that little girl was born on the ghetto side of town. She knows every trick in the book and she certainly gets around. She's been with many men since she was only 10.
What a voice.
She never stays at home. She's always on the run. Your mama is wondering where you are.
Yes! Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm listening to Ossie Robertson sing and goosebumps is just running because I can hear the original sound of Ghetto Girl. I don't care who covered the song, but if you hear someone who is the originator of the song, you can feel it in your bones. And when you just sung Ghetto Girl to me, I feel it in my bones that yes, this is where this great song started. Continue, Mr. Roberts.
Yeah, man. We made the rhythm.
Yes.
Slide down bar, bubbler, and light parks and bass.
Okay.
Yeah, they put in the rest of the instruments
afterwards, yes.
So, you know, I was in a stiff time between 74 when my father died and leading up to 76, and I had to get a job, you know, and I was lucky to get, because I tried police but never get through, but somehow correctional service took me. And well, after that, well, I went to training school. That was, the song was recorded April. I went to training school June. It was a rhythm recorded April.
Yes.
And I went to training school June, but we did a voice in a bit before I went to training school.
Yes.
Because my brethren, we used to sing. We had a group called the Minstrels.
Minstrels, I've heard of them, yes.
We recorded for Rupert Edwards' Success record. Yeah. Call him and like him come spoil the song. You know?
Yes, I mean.
And kinda, I don't know, somehow I wasn't satisfied when I listened back to the voice in. So I told it to Errol Thompson. And he remarked that I'm glad me know say it no good because no man would have satisfied with it, you know. And thing. But I went to training school, and while in training school now, like I tell you, one of the time Gutsmore accompanied me to the studio like on a Saturday when I got time off. And they told me that Dennis Brown was making the album called Visions of Dennis Brown.
Okay.
Yeah, and he liked the song and they want to make him sing it and they will give me a blind after, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, but after them get the song, they don't pay me no mind again, cause that was, say I went to training school, drone, and Christmas night, 76, went to the movie, and my way home I was passing a dance and I heard them about the throne.
So what went to you when you hear your original works being sung by now an icon like Dennis Brown?
Yeah man, it was one of my girlfriend named Elena Bart, you know.
Yes.
And I took her to the movie and on our way home we hear the song and I said, Elena, my song that, you know. And, you know?
Yes.
I felt good about it.
Of course.
The song took off, man, 77. Was a big hit, but I couldn't pay too much mind because I'm in a training and busy, you know, and study what them give me to learn and a lot of things. But come 77 now, I check about Joe Gibbs about some royalties.
Yes.
And he gave me $600. And when I check him back next time, him say no owe me nothing.
Okay, and did you sign over the song to Joe Gibbs? Did you sign any paperwork along with him?
No. When he gave me the $600, I had to sign for it.
Right.
You understand? So maybe that's why him say, me no owe him nothing.
Oh.
Him no owe me nothing. You understand? Can check say me sign it away. Anyway, Errol Thompson told me that I must go and register it.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, so I would get them time, you know, Baba and the other a publishing company or something named Caribbean Copyright and down Duke Street, and the day I went to register the song. When I come back across when I buck up Mr. Tommy McCook. And I boss and me and him had a good conversation, you know. And anyway, after the couple Baba and the business mash up, we went over to PRS.
Okay.
And that is the only way I used to get some money. PRS would send me a £20 or so, you know, once a year. But it went on until 1998 now. When one Sunday morning a man called my phone and he said, you see the greener? I said, no sir. He said, go buy one man and you feature in the entertainment.
Yes.
Yeah, so I go buy the greener now and check it out, and eventually it was Light Parks who told me say I must go check Light Stanberry.
Okay.
But when I check Light Stanberry now and to him I tell me and it never work out with me and Mr. Stanberry. Because I meet Bubbles now, Calvin Cameron, and he was such a good man at the time, you know. And I paid Light Stanberry $9,000 for an hour talk.
Consultation fee.
Yeah, yes. And anyway, Bubbles tell me everything free and offer to help me, and him sound so convincing that I went with Bubbles.
Yes.
And him work out, and well, I was a correction officer at the time too. And I was sent on interdiction. When I was a correction officer, I was sent on interdiction. And I get tired of the place too, and you know?
Wanting to pursue music because music was the first love.
Yes, the music. How it went now, I didn't stop writing, you know?
Okay.
No matter what, I was the one who still sit down and write a song one time. But everything went okay to a point when the money nearly for pay now and Junior Lincoln come in and he's the head of Dennis Brown Foundation.
Yes.
Me never know, and when me realize the song, I never even know since 2 albums the song came out.
Wow.
I thought it was Sly and Robbie alone. So after a time I realized the camera now work for me. He might work for the Dennis Brown estate.
Okay.
You understand?
So that would be a conflict of interest there.
Yeah, yes, because well, not even a conflict of interest, but a robbery, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, after everything work out, when me get to find out what really went on is that them Cameron work it, that's Dennis Brown them get the Simple Red platinum.
Wow.
That album I understand it sold platinum, so he make them get the money there and then him get fame cut out of it.
Alright, stick up in there for a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, here I am in Greater Portmore, speaking to an icon, a legendary writer, the man who penned the song Ghetto Girl, a song that has been used by many, many artists, about 9 or 10 other artists uses this song. This is the year 2021 and he has still not seen real justice from the song as the writer. And you know the writer of the song is the most important person because this is the person that created the words and the melody of the song. Continue. It now appears on the album of Simple Red.
Yes, man, Simple Red. I think the album is entitled Blue. And Sly and Robbie was the Grammy. I think it won the Grammy award for that year.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think the first money I got was 12,000 kind. They advanced me some money because my mortgage and things went bad while I was on interdiction, and it really helped me out, let me keep the quad.
Yes.
But after the money run now and him give me 10,000, 12,000 I think. And give me 7,000 more next time.
We're talking about Jamaican dollars here.
No, pound, man.
Oh, pound,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So he gave you 12,000
Yeah.
one time,
And seven.
pound.
Yeah, and the next 300 and then him just disappear.
Okay.
For over 10 years, I don't hear from him. His number was changed and it just recently last year, I think, according to my position of me, you know, I said, well, I will try to find him and see if he can work up some money for me, because I check some money must be out there.
Of course.
According to what I go on.
Yes.
Anyway, him say something, at the time he told me that if I get a letter from a justice of the peace and give to him, he will collect some money from me. But he want 25%.
Yeah.
Him say he want 25% of it. Anyway, it no work out. And now I little brethren no call with me and my brethren now get in touch with him by phone and he want to talk all kind of things. Because I'm saying done with the contract. Me and him no have a contract and we mustn't call him and them kind of things. You know, so it's just that I know Rowan now and Sandy and they never know about it, you know. And then little daughter now, I have the scrapbook and this one, she came by and I take something out of the scrapbook. So she said something about the scrapbook. So I said, no man, this is my scrapbook where I keep my clippings them from my song, you know. And she curious about it and when she came back, I show her it. When she see it, I don't know, she knows it's so important or something. She take out her camera and start take the picture of them and
Wow.
carry it go show her mother and
destiny as a way, you know, Ozzy, destiny as a way of just coming full circle, you know, and what you're entitled to. Sometimes even if it's buried under rubbles, there's a way of it just exposing yourself. A matter of fact, I need to take a look at that scrapbook. Where's that scrapbook?
See?
Pass me that scrapbook right there. I just want to look at some of the things that is written in this scrapbook. Now, this scrapbook is Ossie Roberts' scrapbook. The first thing I'm actually looking at is it says Jamaican musicians should know their rights. And this is a letter that somebody wrote to the newspaper in regards to the musician knowing their rights. Then it says there's another article here. There's another article right here. Snap, see if you can zoom in on this. It's the article says, whose Ghetto Girl is she? And let me read the article. It says, a very interesting copyright issue developing over recent weeks involved the rights to the reggae song Ghetto Girl. The song appeared on the Sly and Robbie album Friends, which was recently nominated for the Reggae Grammy and was performed on the album by Britain's leading solo singer, Simply Red, Mick Hucknall. Dennis Brown is credited as the writer of the song on the Friends album, but the rights are also being claimed by Osbourne Robertson, a native of Portmore St. Catherine, who goes by the stage name of Ossie Robinson. Ironically, Sly Dunbar co-produced and one half of the duo of Sly and Robbie told the Sunday Gleaner he knows that the song was written by Robertson. Robertson publisher Calvin Bubbles Cameron of Cameron Music says that another musician who worked on the original song, bassist Lyde Parks, also support the view that Robertson wrote the song. Our understanding is that Robertson wrote the song and took it to producer Joe Gibbs in the 1970s. However, Gibbs and his in-house producer, Errol Thompson, decided that Brown would do a better job with the song than the unknown Robertson, so it was handed over to Brown to sing. Eventually, Brown and Thompson registered the song without Robertson's knowledge after it started getting recognition outside of Jamaica. Robertson only became aware of the song's international status when he realized that Simple Red had recorded it as a track on Friends and was planning to put it on his new album. A few months ago, when the matter arose, we spoke to attorney at law Lloyd Stanberry, who had been looking into the matter. Stanberry confirmed that the song had been published in a name other than Robertson, and that royalties were being collected without his knowledge. However, Robertson, in the meantime, had registered the song with Cameron and left the matter in the hands of Cameron. Cameron says that his investigation revealed that the song had been registered as being 100% owned by a British-based company, Basement Music Limited, on the behalf of Dennis Emmanuel Brown. There's also a 50% ownership by Rando Music London Limited and 50% by Beat That Music Limited through Keep On Kicking Music Incorporated. Cameron links these other registrations to producer Errol Thompson. When we spoke to Dunbar recently, he said he remembered well when Robertson brought the song to the studio. Dunbar played drums, Parks played bass, Lloyd Willis, now a member of Sly and Robbie Taxi Crew, played guitar, and Franklin was on keyboards. The registration credited Dennis Brown as both writer and singer and Thompson as producer. A windfall is expected from the song, not so much from its inclusion on the Grammy-nominated Friends, but more so from its inclusion on Red's platinum anticipated album. Simply Red Star's album, sold more than 3 million copies, and his greatest hits album in 1997 sold over 4 million copies. He was also included in last year's star-loaded tribute album to Princess Diana, one of his most ardent fans. And the story continues. So you see the controversy as to whose Ghetto Girl is it. Then, The Star, March 10, 1999, a story that was written by Balford Henry, assistant editor, and a friend of mine, and it reads, "It's Robertson, Ghetto Girl, man." So take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. The song belongs to Ossie Robertson. It is song. Let me read a little bit about what Balford had to say. At the age of 48, Osbourne Robertson is suddenly thinking about his recording career again. Robertson has put his singing career on hold 23 years ago to join the prison service as a warder. I haven't recorded since because I was looking forward to the day when I could get the money to produce myself. That is why I became a warder, to try and save enough money to record myself. But it didn't work out that way, he explained. So why is he suddenly optimistic about inheriting a windfall that could resurrect his career? Because Robinson has been acknowledged as the writer of the song Ghetto Girl, performed by British superstar Simply Red on both Sly and Robbie's reggae Grammy-winning album Friends and Red's own platinum album Blue. It was also the second single release from Blue, and although it didn't sell as big as was expected, it has certainly sold well enough to ensure Robinson a tidy net return. But he will likely have to share the royalties with two other people. Singer Dennis Brown, whose voice so sweetly hugged the lyrics, he actually claimed 100% of it as his own, and engineer co-producer Earl Thompson, who claimed a percentage as well. The dispute over the ownership of the song led to Red dropping it from the North American version of his album. The song had been registered by a British publisher, Basement Music Limited, on behalf of Dennis Brown. There was also a 50% claim by Rando Music London Limited and 50% claim by another company, Beat That Music Limited, through Kicking Music Incorporated, representing Thompson. But both Sly Dunbar, who played on the original rhythm for producer Joe Gibbs, as well as co-producer Simple Red version on both Friends and Blue, and Lloyd Parks, who actually auditioned Robertson with the song at Joe Gibbs' studio over 20 years, remember him, the original writer and singer. So there's no dispute here. The song belongs to Ossie Robertson. But somehow, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we have producers, and I'm not claiming to know anything of Errol Thompson, but we know in recent times that we have producers who actually say they write songs when in truth and fact they didn't even write one single word. Many of artists over the years, ladies and gentlemen, have lost their inheritance, have lost their legacy based on the fact that we have unscrupulous producers out there who take what does not belong to them. Hence, here I am with Mr. Ossie Robertson. And it goes on where it says unsettled business on creative minds, and of course it went on to say Dennis Brown is dead. Can you talk to me about Dennis Brown actually passing away and didn't get a chance to discuss the song with you? Tell us a little bit about Dennis Emmanuel Brown.
That was a great disappointment, you know.
Yes.
Well, at least if he had lived, we would come to a settlement, because, you know, it's him sing the song.
Right.
And, you know, I'm willing to share the bread.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but, you know, he died and we couldn't do anything about it. And I wanted to make his estate get some money out of it too. Because it's dead, you know, and he's a musician and it's him sing the song. And, you know, everybody loved Dennis Brown and thing. But it just, you know, he died and this is just how they went about it, you know. Because as if you can look in at the scrapbook, you see where death left over.
Right. I saw that in the video that Rowan and Shelley, and it said debts left over from Dennis Brown's funeral, which amounts to over $700,000.
Right.
So you had to use some of your money that you got to have?
I didn't use my money. They
they took the publishing?
Took what they wanted.
Okay.
In between them and Calvin Cameron Bubbles.
Okay.
Yeah, they man over it and took what they wanted and gave me what they wanted to give me. You understand?
How did you feel about that? The fact that you had no say practically in the publishing of your song that you sat down and wrote?
Life funny cause miracles happen. Cause I was an interdiction and not depend nothing, you know.
Wow.
And in drowning man.
Catch it at a straw.
Yeah, and when this came up now, it was just like a miracle like how you come today now. You understand?
Wow.
It came and saved me. Cause the little money I got, it saved me and do my little audition.
Right.
And get to come out of the work. And save my little pension. And now that's on my back, mash up.
Tell us a little bit about your illness. What happened to you there?
Well, I was thinking of doing some recording, you know?
Yes.
But when you do recording, you have to get fit. Like Junior Reid said.
Build up your lungs and so on.
Yeah, you have to fit to make a hit.
Yeah.
And I was having a job on Saturday morning, 16th of March 2019, when somehow broke the toe and pitch over.
Wow.
And used my hands to break the fall. And me and them get injured too. Couldn't touch them, pins and needles.
Wow.
And when they did an X-ray, they found that my spine, something was wrong with my spine. So I spent 6 weeks at KPH and about 3 weeks at Mona rehab. And came home back and, you know, well, I'm still intense because I improved now.
Okay. But you still have some problem moving around as you would like to?
Not, you know, because at one point I couldn't move.
Wow.
Pampers.
Wow.
And people had to feed me, couldn't use my hands, you know.
Wow.
And now I can't get up and move around, you know.
So you have any, other than Rowan and Shelley, you have any other family members like sons, daughters, etc.?
I get one daughter, you know. She resides in St. Mary.
Okay.
I get St. Mary.
Okay.
And that's where I'm from, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what we intend to do here, you know, I just didn't come to see you
as it is
and
now,
talk
I
to you
live
like
alone,
this.
you know. Yeah.
What we intend to do, I just didn't come to see you. You know, I came because a lot of people love the song. A lot of people are concerned about you. A lot of people love you. And I reached out to a friend of mine by the name of Sean Prendergast. Sean Prendergast is the CEO of the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation. And when Sean looked at the video that was sent to me by Rowan and Shelley, it practically brought him to tears. Yeah, I too was crying because I'm very emotional like that. And when I see injustice being taken out upon our people, then I myself put my shoulders to the wheel and try my ever best to see how best we can remedy this injustice. Now, there are a number of things that we plan to do for you. But the first thing I'm going to do for you today is I'm going to present you with the sum of 20,000 Jamaican dollars. I want you to have this on behalf of the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation.
Thank you so much.
We want you to know that you deserve that and more.
Where is Mr. Prendergast located?
It's located in Philadelphia, in the United States of America. He is the CEO for the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation. We have helped a number of people. We have helped Yvonne Sterling recently, the Tracy Ann Ricketts story, we have helped her. Javon Dixon story, we have helped him, and I'm the spokesperson for the foundation. So when I told Sean, I said, Sean, you know, I was contacted by Rowan and Shelley, and we're going to see Mr. Roberts tomorrow. Sean says we have to put something together, no matter how small. So we came up with 20,000 Jamaican dollars. At least it's something that can help you along. So I want you to look in the camera and speak to Mr. Sean Prendergast from the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation.
Yes, Mr. Sean Prendergast. Very thankful for your effort and offer. Very grateful, sir. And I'd like to meet you sometime. Thank you very much, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are again. When it comes to a situation like this, it touches the core of my heart. I remember when I met Yvonne Sterling and I saw the plight of Yvonne. Little Lenny reaching out to me and telling me that, you know, this lady is a farmer great. And she's on rough end right now, and she lives in the UN then in the New Haven area of Duane Park, and he's going to reach out to her and he wants me to cover the story. Well, since then, a lot of things has been happening for Yvonne. Yvonne has now moved from the New Haven rat-infested, water-infested, crocodile mosquito-infested area, and she's now in her own home in Newport, in Portmore, and she's doing fantastically well. Matter of fact, recently, Yvonne Sterling and Little Lenny and Richard Stevens did a remix of Bob Marley song that is smashing up the airways, and you can see it. The name of the song is Thank You Lord, a remake of Bob Marley's Thank You Lord for What You've Done For Me, and she did that with Little Lenny and Richie Stevenson. I want to take this time out also and big up my friend in Brazil, DJ Waldene, because the Dennis Brown classic of Ghetto Girl is played in Brazil on the #1 station hosted by my friend DJ Waldene. So there's a lot of people who are concerned about you, Mr. Roberts. A lot of people love you, and what we intend to do also is to find someone that you certify so they can open up a GoFundMe account where people from all over the world will be able to send you donation and to make sure that your medical expense are taken care of, your food, and so on and so forth. Because guess what? A lot of people have danced to Ghetto Girl. A lot of babies have been made from Ghetto Girl. A lot of beautiful relationships started in the dance hall with the great Dennis Emmanuel Brown singing Ghetto Girl.
And it's morally lifting.
It is morally lifting. And ladies and gentlemen, I've heard thus far Dennis Emmanuel Brown singing the Ghetto Girl. I've heard John Holt singing Ghetto Girl. I've heard Gregory Isaac singing Ghetto Girl. I've heard Simply Red singing Ghetto Girl. And I get to understand that Dwayne Stevenson did Ghetto Girl, Jack Cure did Ghetto Girl, George Nooks did Ghetto Girl, Not the virtue. You're saying the Ghetto Girl. So this song is huge. This is a big, 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 big song.
Plus there are instrumental versions too.
There are instrumental versions to the song.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, I want you to reach out to Ossie Robertson. Right? There are contact numbers for Rowan and Shelley. I'm going to put those numbers because these two young people, and I have to applaud them because they have been doing a remarkable job taking care of Mr. Ossie Roberts. Because guess what? If it had not been for Rowan and Shelley, trust me, Big Stone would have not been here today. And the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation would not be involved. Anything else you want to say? Because this is just part one, you know. When we set up your GoFundMe and we'll take care of your medical and you start moving around, we know you aren't going to the studio, going to even one or two tune. Because you say you have a catalog store up on cassette. And listen to the thing, you know. So the world we get to hear not just Ghetto Girl alone from Ozzy. Can you imagine if you can write a song as big as Ghetto Girl? Can you imagine what is left inside of this man? Oh my God, the rest is yet to be heard. You have anything to say in us closing?
Not much, but I'm very thankful. It's like a miracle that you turn up today.
Thank you so much.
It's like a miracle.
Thank you so much,
And
sir.
I'm very thankful for your visit.
I love you, Mr. Roberts.
I'm thankful to Mr. Prendergast, cameraman. Enough respect. Yes, and to everyone. And I've been very thankful for some assistance.
All right.
Very
Well,
thankful.
can I close with me and you just do the same first verse of the song? That little girl,
We're
you're
born on the ghetto
side of town.
She knows every trick in the book and she certainly gets around. She's been with many men since she was only 10. She never stays at home, she's always on the run. Your mama is wondering where you are. What do you see at nights when you're under the stars? Ba-dim, 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 bam. Sister, keep on running, but you won't get far. Ba-dim, ba-dim, ba-dim. Stay at home. Sister, stay at home. Don't let your mama down. Don't be a run around. She like to travel in a fast and shiny car. Sister, keep on running, but you won't get far. Sister, keep on running, but you won't get far.
Ladies and gentlemen, today has been one of the most brightest days for me since the beginning of 2021. As we mourn the loss of dancehall icon, Sister Charmaine, we're still here rejoicing the life of yet an icon. We're talking about Ossie Robertson. His moniker is Ossie Robertson, and his song, Ghetto Girl. I know a lot of you out there who have covered the song might not know of the plight of Mr. Roberts at this time. But please, the numbers of Ron and Shelley and email address will be stated in the description below. Please reach out. No matter what you have, he's a very humble man, he's a very soft-spoken man, and he's willing to share. Half of a loaf is better than no loaf at all. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Please like and share this video. And if you want to see the original interview, go to Rowan and Shelley YouTube page and subscribe over there and help them to rise. Because if this young couple can do this for this gentleman, then it is an example for others to follow. What's the name of the little girl that went through the book?
Brittany.
Brittany.
Martin, yeah.
Brittany Martin.
Yes, man.
Brittany Martin. That is you? Come right over here. We want the world to see you. Because we want the world to know that you were very inquisitive. Come right over here. Right here and kneel down right between us. Just kneel down so that we can pick you up on the camera. So what was going through your mind, Brittany, when you saw this scrapbook? You know it was something important, right?
Yeah.
Speak up. What was going through your mind when you saw all these newspaper clippings?
Before he showed me the scrapbook, my father always said that Robbie wrote a song, and I didn't get to know the song. But then when he told me saying one song named Ghetto Girl, I said, I hear the song already. Then he started showing me in the scrapbook, and bring my phone and take a picture.
Wow.
And, yeah, and then next day, mommy and daddy come over and start filming.
Okay. Well, this is Brittany. This is the young lady that made all this possible from this scrapbook with all these write-ups about the great Ossie Roberts. Please help him. He's an icon. And guess what? He's still alive. Let's not reach out to our icon when they're gone from this land. Reach out to our icon while they're alive. Help them to benefit and to reap the reward of their labor. Because Get a Song is an anthem that will last forever and ever. Thank you very much for watching. Brittany, big up yourself. Here you go.